President of the Codington Connects board, Sara Foust. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you've been bringing some special guests with you from time to time, and you did this week as well.
Yes.
So you brought with you a community health worker?
Right. That is right. Paige is, yes, go ahead.
Okay, Paige Welling, right?
Yes.
I like to say names I can get right.
Right. Paige is an easy name. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Paige and kind of what she does do.
Well, so one of our initiatives with Codington Connects is really just to fill the gaps on needs that aren't being met in our community. And so a community health worker is a big part of that. And the model that they're using is a way that we've come together as a community. And so we're going to let Paige talk about that a little bit. But so Paige is a community health worker, and she works with people that just need extra support. Mm-hmm. And I'll let her talk about it, but she does a great job filling in gaps in our community.
Yeah. Okay, Paige, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So you work with the Codington County Community Service, and you're a community health worker. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about when I take a look at some of the information, it's a transition to success, mm-hmm. and it says you treat the condition of poverty by improving adverse social determinants of health. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a mouthful. Tell me a little bit about what that actually means.
So transition to success is just our model that we use within our program. It kind of just helps regulate those goals and those needs for individuals in our community. So with that, we kind of set up goals and dreams, and then we work through what are the most important things to focus on, and then we kind of go step by step on what needs to be done from there.
So you talk map of dreams, mm-hmm. and like a community care plan. When you talk about developing that, what's that kind of look like when you're working with people?
So the first thing we do is kind of just get the basic needs met. So whether that's housing, food, employment, transportation, different things like that, then we kind of focus on what else is next. And so that could be a long-term goal of like maybe employment or going back to school for getting a degree, or just kind of maintaining those goals as well.
And the whole time you're kind of coaching the individual on these steps and, how to even kind of handle the situations and giving feedback as well.
Yeah. So right now I have about 10 clients that are using the transition to success model. And then we usually meet like on a weekly or every other week basis. And then it just is client based. So it's whatever their need is. We kind of work together on that and then go from there. Okay.
So talk a little bit about financial literacy and volunteering and mentorship.
So the financial literacy, I've been trying to find a different program for that right now, just because it's super hard because everybody's at a different level right now. Mm-hmm. And so I've been, starting with the budgeting or just some different curriculums with that. The volunteering, we have a bunch of different volunteering opportunities here in Watertown. So if it's hard for somebody to get a job, then I'm like, well, why don't you just volunteer somewhere and start that way? And maybe it can lead into a job position. Mm-hmm. So, and then the mentorship, it's just really educating them on what they can do. Mm-hmm. So,
and one of the things with transition to success too, and one of the reasons we really like the model is it's a really comprehensive look at a person's life. And so it evaluates, there's an initial assessment that evaluates a whole bunch of different areas. But then once you start with that plan, that's why it includes the financial literacy and volunteering and mentoring. Because if we want to live a full life, we have to know how to manage our money. We have to be able to have relationships with other people. And we also need to be contributing back to society. And so transition to success really looks at how do we help people become really the most fulfilled person that they can, and really good contributing members of our society. Mm-hmm. So that's what we look at with that. Yeah.
So again, you're working on the whole picture, mm-hmm. Getting them productive and helping them, not just cope or get out of a hole, if you will, but mm-hmm. to continue to be progressive, if not grow, mm-hmm. So you talk a little to individual and community level. what's like domain scores, right?
Yep. So
What's
that's that life area survey. So it goes through employment, food, education, housing, mental health, childcare, parenting. There's a whole like 20 some domains that it goes through. And then each individual person rates them on a 1 through 5 basis. And then 1 being super low, like needing help, and 5 being I'm okay, I'm steady here, let's work on something else. So it kind of, there's questions in between there of like, well, what, like, how do you feel about this specific domain, like your mental health? Like, is it at a 1 or is it at a 5? Or are you kind of somewhere in the middle? And then they check on it. There's a list on the other side. They check the priorities. So I always tell them to go through that life area survey first, and that can kind of help us determine what basic needs we need to be met. And so, and then we kind of just work from there. And I try and do that life area survey like every 3 to 4 months, because I mean, things are changing all the time. So.
And I mean, as you learn things too, as an individual, you move on to the next thing. So you kind of, it's not like you're forgetting, but you're not worrying about that. So that's good. You're constantly reassessing. Can you talk a little bit too about this impact? It's the individuals making positive actions can thrive.
Yeah, so that is our program that we have with our office. And so the Transition to Success is within that program. So that is just our model that we use within that impact program. So basically that intensive case management for individuals that are needing that extra support. So how do you come across these individuals? Do they come to you? You know, do I find you, or do you find them somehow? Or a little bit of both. We've had a lot of referrals come from like HSA or the hospital or clinics here in Watertown. We also work really closely with vocational rehab services at the state level. And so they, just working on those basic needs as they work on the employment side. I also have a couple of students that I'm working with that are seniors in the high school right now too. And so we're kind of getting into the schools to have that extra support when they graduate high school as well.
Okay.
So it kind of, I mean, anybody can refer. We've had some housing agencies as well refer. But yeah, just give our office a call and we can get you the referral form.
So your demographic is, I mean, 18 to up.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So what is, maybe it's something too they want to check out and find more information. So if we go to CodingtonConnects.com, is there this information's on there too? And
yeah, it would link to so this is the county office. So it would link to, so you could look at also Codington County Community Services.
Okay.
And that would have information on the impact program and the link to the referral form.
Okay. And so you can kind of come into the office as well, talk to Paige and say, like we're having some difficulties. And usually this is kind of a financial situation that you see most people come to you with. And
yeah, sometimes they're always asking for rental or utility assistance. And then we kind of are like, well, what other resources can we help you with so that we don't have to run into this situation again. So, or I've had people come to me, like we helped with a funeral assistance or something, and then later down the road, they're just struggling again. And so kind of helping, if they come in once and then they come in again, what else can we do to break down those barriers?
And so that's where you become like a case manager instead of where you're just kind of helping people out and they come back and you just keep helping them out and so on, like a revolving door maybe on that term, but
we really want to make lives better. And I think Paige has had great success with a lot of different people, but some of the really fun ones are people that you wouldn't necessarily think they're really struggling a lot in life, but it's people that just need support and maybe just somebody to walk alongside them as they're going down a path that can be kind of a tough period of time. Paige we have 2 community health workers and they both do a great job walking alongside and just helping you get back on the right path, get where you want to be.
Yeah. I think when you are healthy and maybe you have not been unhealthy mentally, you don't always understand what it can be like when you're not thinking clearly and how things can just kind of lapse, you know, you don't pay this or you don't take care of this, or, you know, if you're depressed or whatever is going on, just how those things can kind of add up, and how you stack that up in your mind. And then we need to come and see you guys, because we need more than just money, you know,
Right,
you
for
need
sure.
that kind of clarity and that help.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why this is important that you guys are out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this
Yeah.
is one of the 45 you kind of help out here
Yeah.
and
We're 40. Yeah.
partner with.
That's
Yes.
right. I just want to do I'll talk a few more minutes about transition to success, because we actually have over 20 partners that are trained in transition to success in the community. And so the Beacon Center, the hospital, we have some staff at the Human Service Agency, Watertown Cares, Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars. We all have staff trained in transition to success, because that's part of that model, is that if they come into our office and do an assessment with Paige or Carrie, and they start doing transition to success, they can take that same care plan out to Voc Rehab and work with the Voc Rehab counselors on the same care plan. And so everybody's kind of speaking the same language and doing the same thing. So we're really lucky to have a broad cross-section of our community trained in this model. It's been a great partnership with the Helpline Center in Sioux Falls. They initially received the grant and they came up and trained us. I'm now a trainer, so we can continue to train people in Watertown in this model and keep it going.
Oh, that is good. Because essentially, if there was any rehab, or if there was any incarceration, for an example, I think essentially you were just kind of released, and it was like, good luck.
Right.
So
now we have a real model, and of course it's evidence-based and all of those kinds of things. It's a national model. It's been kind of fun as a trainer to be on some calls with people from all over the country, talking about how we can improve the transition to success model, some new things that are coming and stuff. So we're on the forefront of some of those here in our community.
wow, that's a big deal. So then you're like a forefrontal leader kind of too. Then.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Some celebrities. In there.
I don't know if I'd go that far,
They might
but
be now.
we're excited about what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, and the passion shows, because you know, it's you're touching so many lives. I think that's such a big deal. You never know how 10 years from now, you know, somebody looks back and that conversation you had, how much that helped change their life, you know? So did you have any questions over here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you wanted to mention on the Helpline Center network or anything like that?
No, just we have the Impact Here
Yeah.
program here, and Transition to Success is this great model that's really helping people achieve the dreams that they're setting for themselves.
Very good. So go to the Codington County's website. And then also, if you need any more information, you can go to CodingtonConnects.com.
Right.
All the other partners are on there as well.
Mhm.
And Codington Connects Facebook page. Watch that for any other updates that you have on there as well.
One more thing.
Yes.
Also, remember, we have the ACEs training coming up March 30th and 31st. And so you can find that on our Facebook. Probably the easiest way to get signed up for that is on our Facebook page, Codington Connects Facebook. But that's open to the whole community, and we'd love to have a great presence there.
Yeah, because you want to register, because was there childcare maybe available
Yes.
and food or something?
So if you come the Monday night, Monday, March 30th at 6 p.m., I believe, it is at the Extension Center. We will have, that is for families and childcare providers and anybody that works with kids. We will have childcare and food available, but we need numbers.
Yeah.
So let us know. And then we have lunch on Tuesday for that presentation about the theory of hope, which is a great training. That one, we also have lunch available. So again, we need numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So go to the Codington Connects Facebook page to register for that.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, Paige?
I think we're good.
Okay, you nailed it. Good job. Thank you. You good?
We're good.
Okay,
Thank
Sarah, you did
Okay.
really good today too. So,
Well, thanks. I appreciate it as always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
well, we look forward to seeing you next week. So, thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in. And Doreen, if you want to go ahead and play some music, we'll get back to that here on Northeast Radio West.